we've got something really exciting for you. As mentioned before, we're going to talk about a new product that's being launched today by CulturVate, and we've got Teamphoria here with us as well. I'm going to welcome the guys onto the stage. Craig and Andrew, if you come on up. So we've got Craig Barnett with us, who is the MD of CulturVate, and Andrew Strickland, who is the founder of Teamphoria. CulturVate aims to nurture and invigorate what they see as the company's most important assets, which is their employees. And Teamphoria offer a complete employee engagement software, encouraging and reinforcing positive workplace behaviour. So you're both here to launch your new product, which is called the Innovative Engine. But before we get over to that, I just want to get familiar with you guys so we know who you are, what you're all about. Craig, you have spent the last year on the Alacrity Foundation, and is that what brought you to the UK in the first place?
So Sam, that's an interesting question. So I haven't actually been on the Alacrity program, but the company itself has come out of Alacrity, the incubator, and has been functioning as a standalone company for about 2 years now. So I've been part of the company for just under a year, and so, but that's not what brought me to the UK. Well, so I've been in the UK for just under 3 years, and I decided to come here for better opportunities. So I'm originally from South Africa, so I decided to come here for a bit of safety, and just to come and experience something new.
Lovely. And you say the CulturVate's been going for a year or so now, and with yourself, and you've got a team as part of that as a company?
Correct, yes, yeah. So there's myself, so I'm the non-technical part of the company. Then I've got a chief technology officer called Perry Bird, and then we've got 2 programmers, Rob and Toby, and then we've got a head of marketing, Melissa Sainsbury. So there's 5 of us in total. So we're growing quite nicely, growing organically. So
a great startup team, it sounds like.
Absolutely.
And Andrew, we met for the first time yesterday. You're here from America, super special to have you here. First time ever in the UK, it's amazing. And you told me the story yesterday about how you met Obama. And I want to hear all about that. Tell us why you're here, what you're up to, and how you met Obama. Tell us.
Sure. So, real quick on my background, started at a very large payroll company in the United States. Ended up moving to the fastest growing small to mid-sized private software company in the nation of the United States, according to Inc. magazine in 2012. So we created software to measure culture, which was our biggest asset. So we spun out on that sale of that company. The founder of that company invested in us, saw what we could do, saw what we could see for the future. So he invested in us, and at that point we entered into an accelerator. Not too different from the Alacrity Foundation, actually, which, funny enough, not too different. An incubator that allows you to compete with other companies and really drives innovation and fuels different ideas, regardless of the type of product. So I actually had the privilege of myself and our CTO won cohort 3 for this incubator in the United States. As a result, one of the prizes was going to the White House, so I was recognized as one of 70 top emerging entrepreneurs across the globe by President Obama. So I got to pitch to Shark Tank, so to Mark Cuban and Damon and the whole team. That was fun. Mark Cuban has a similar product, but it was very interesting to meet him. He's a very tall guy in person. But it was a great experience. But I think the big thing that comes back to was the fact that we were able to drive innovation and start a startup within another startup. So I call it startup inception. Is kind of the way I think about it. So if you think about a dream within a dream, it's startup inception. That we were able to start another startup, but we were fueled by the founder as well, and that money stayed locally also. But 2, more importantly, that we were able to join an accelerator after the fact that was very supportive of what we were doing, and also helped get us to the White House, get us some big national press and international press as well.
Lovely. And so it seems somebody needs to clarify clarify for sure. Craig, tell us why the two of you are here today. What's the connection between the two of you? Andrew or Craig, either or, go for it. Tell us.
So, just to clarify, so Andrew mentioned quite a bit about kind of being a startup within a startup. So the reason that we are both here, we've been asked this question a couple of times as to how the two products actually complement each other. So the one product, the Teamphoria product, being a fantastic engagement tool. So for any HR managers, it helps the company engage more with their staff. And then to have the innovation engine, which helps companies to to capture ideas, to assess those ideas, and then to liberate those ideas. So there's often times with innovation we'll all like change, but no one wants to actually change. So with innovation, the CEO doesn't always have every answer. And so with what we've done with the innovation engine is actually made something that everyone in the company can be part of and can engage with. So the two products are extremely complementary when it comes to engaging employees. And I would probably stress to say that I battle to find a company out there that would engage with, that encourages staff to engage with companies and companies to engage with their staff on a level that we do, pushing both of these products forward. Innovation is key. If you don't innovate, you die. And so both of these products are basically saying to employers, engage with your staff on every single level that you can. Draw those ideas in, assess those ideas, engage with them, and make it a happy place that you want to be. I read an interesting article recently, and they said that employee disengagement costs the UK economy up to £340 billion on an annual basis. That's simply because people are not engaging. Companies are not engaging enough, and they're not innovating with their staff enough.
So Andrew, add on.
If I can add on, please. Just from a global level as well, we're seeing similar numbers in the United States, about $300 billion US as well, that are being lost due to staff disengagement, loss of productivity, absenteeism, decrease in safety, decrease in productivity as well, and efficiency, really at the end of the day. But what Teamphoria has done, we're in 50 countries, so we are a global company. We've sought after the most prime software out there, the most prime partners as well, and CulturVate and Innovate Engine really fit the bill for what we're trying to do. They fit our mission of driving innovation, being able to capture feedback, tie that to data that's usable so you can make business decisions based on your people as well. That's extremely important to us as an organization that does recognition awards, communication, surveys, and performance. We're business decisions based on your people at the corporate level. An innovative engine is a way to make business decisions based on the innovation that's coming out from the feedback that are coming from your team members. So it's a natural alignment.
Great. Can you tell us specifically then how it would work if I was a company who wanted to engage with you guys and you were coming into my business and I said, help me innovate my team, where do I go? What would you do? How does it work?
Okay, well, so what we would do, we would engage with you. So as a CulturVate, we would engage with you as a company and we would come to you with both of the products. So we would present those products to you, and does that kind of answer your question? Or because both of these products go around culture and they go around engagement. So we want to help companies build a culture of innovation as well as building their corporate culture to engage on a what's the word I'm looking for? On a better level of understanding.
So you come in and you bring the software in. for the
Correct.
companies to use,
Correct.
and you provide support for their teams to activate and utilise that software.
Correct. So
Yeah?
currently we're not a consultancy, but we are working with quite a couple of HR consultants, and we work with a couple of innovation consultants, and so they will consult on maybe behaviour and mood and processes, but we will bring in that software.
Just to add on to that, we have the culture baseline survey. It's sort of a needs assessment. It's a quick assessment that shows readiness around innovation, the level of trust, the manager to team member relationships. These are different things that drive engagement, 10 elements that drive engagement, drive innovation within an organization. We're able to measure that very easily and quickly. And then based on that readiness assessment, we're able to align whether it's the Innovate Engine or Teamphoria and the proper features there as well. And then to Craig's point as well, we align ourselves from the services standpoint with global consultants, global HR advisors that can add in insight and add in that personal feeling, because it is a people question we're trying to answer. So you have to engage people. There are different predictive analytics we can do, different AI we can do. You have to engage people with other people really to help solve the problem. And so we engage HR consultants to do that as well.
Great, that really helps explain it all about the project very detailed. Thank you. And what do you see for the future? The two of you together, I guess, initially, and then maybe individually? What do you see happening going from here?
Darker colored shirts.
No, these are great. Jazzy colours. We love it.
Maybe brighter shirts?
So, if you've seen the movie Blades of Glory, has anyone seen the movie Blades of Glory? So for the future, arm in arm, and we're going for the skies. But no, in all seriousness, so we are very pleased with our partnership that we have with Teamphoria. We've got a great relationship with them, and for the future, we want to carry that relationship on. We want to develop that relationship as much as we possibly can, and onward and upward.
Andrew, what do you hope to achieve between the two of you?
Yeah, no, so definitely, I think it's a global question. This isn't just based in the UK, this isn't just based in the US. These are issues we're seeing in South Africa, Australia, Asia. So globally, this is a combination of a product that we can take and we can help innovate. We can help companies become more innovative and capture that data globally. So that's what I see is sort of starting small in the UK, but expanding our efforts globally very quickly, as we've seen over there.
And I think it's really nice to see an example of what the festival is actually about, that we want people to collaborate, to join forces to make bigger and better products, innovation, grow and join, and make that path, make a different path. And so the two of you together, it would be a really interesting journey to see where it goes. I'm going to go into the audience, I'm going to come down and see if anybody's got any questions.
So I've been hearing a bit about this word called gamification. I'm just discovering what it means myself, but I'm just wondering, is there anything like that that you guys are looking to integrate into employee engagement?
Gamification.
So on the Teamphoria side, what we've done is we've created, we have recognition. So a lot of companies do recognition and rewards where you get gift cards. We do something great, I see recognition. I say thank you for your question or thank you for your presentation and get rewards. What we do at Teamphoria is engagement rewards. So we get points for having a birthday, having a work anniversary, for submitting a question, for submitting a suggestion, for submitting a new innovative idea, and we can tie those to rewards as well. If you want to have a monetary side to it also, but it can stay just gamified with the leaderboard also without the reward side. So we have a whole reports analytics system there. Great question.
Really nice. Anybody else got a question? Yeah.
Guys, I'm interested in who are your customers in the UK. You've obviously started out, you've got some beachhead customers. Can you talk about who they are and how they're using the, particularly Teamphoria?
Yeah, some examples.
I'll let you take this one. In the US, I'll do a two-part answer here. In the US, we work with the likes of Coca-Cola and Disney. KPMG, Village Roadshow Studios, just to name a couple of companies. We also work with a university that also engages students. So there's a lot of unique models where you can engage students with faculty all in the same system. So there's a lot of interesting ways. We work with chambers of commerce where they engage business owners. So I send recognition to a business owner for doing something great in the community, recognize the business. They can see our goals. We can review their business from a chamber perspective. So there's a lot of unique perspectives. From the UK perspective, I'll pivot to Fred here.
This is quite exciting for me, so I think, thanks Simon, that was a good question. So we work with the likes of Celtic Manor, so we really aligned ourselves with names and companies that are just fantastic. So Celtic Manor, in terms of the hospitality space, we've aligned with IQE, brilliant company, Alacrity, and there's a couple of others that we've aligned with as well. We really love the companies that we've aligned with because they allow us to give a good kind of basis as to what we want out of both of these products. So, yeah.
Yeah, and just to add in one more, just as I'm thinking, I don't know if there's any football fans. Of course, we call it soccer in the States, but we actually leverage ourselves with the UEFA. So as their coaches, their managers, as their managers look to become managers, they go through a training assessment. They're leveraging Teamphoria. So the likes of Thierry Henry, Paul Campbell, Ian Rush have used Teamphoria in the past and currently are using it.
And I guess the idea behind being here is that you want to find more people to work with on this specific product and just in general to explore what could happen, where it could lead. Because we want to know more and see what could happen here in the UK. So they're going to be on the Beaver Spark stand for today and tomorrow. So please feel free to go over there and chat with them some more. Before we finish, is there any more questions that anybody has? Yes? Yeah, I'm sure the guys can talk you through demos. I think it'd be really interesting to see it in more detail. I think yes. Definitely. Yeah.
Thanks guys. Love the t-shirts, but the colour coordinator's not working. Just Craig, on the verticals that you're looking at, you talked about hospitality there specifically. Are there any other particular sectors that you're looking to sell this product into?
Okay, so if you look at our product, we are looking to go into every single vertical. So whether it's an engineering firm, whether it's hospitality, whether it's government, whether it's non-profit, we see this product as a fit in any company or organization that wants to innovate. And I would stress that every company, every organization, no matter how big you are, you have to innovate. I mean, if you look at Kodak, a couple of years ago, everyone knew who they were, what they did. They failed to innovate. They thought maybe that they were too big and that they didn't have to innovate. So we see this as a fit in any company.
I think that's it. It's really relevant for the time that we're in. Companies, like you said before, do need to innovate, else they will die. That's happening. We're seeing so many businesses close nowadays. To have a solution in place that is this, to enable that to not happen, is a fantastic tool to have.
Guys, do you think that an employer requires a degree of honesty and humility to switch this thing on? Because when you engage with employees, what you get back, particularly I would imagine when you first switch it on, can be quite shocking. Because if you've never given your employees an opportunity to vent their frustrations about their jobs or their company itself, do you think that might hold some people back from getting engaged with this stuff? I mean, you can see the benefits something like this can give a company to engage with its customers its employees. And you look at employers like Apple, who consistently are there in the top 5 companies to work for in the UK. They're all about engagement with employees. But I'd imagine to go from no engagement to full engagement is going to scare some executives, and give them the weebie-jeebies. So I'd be interested in your observations on that.
Yeah, the nice thing about the software is it's malleable, based, again, around that cultural assessment. We can find out at a point in time where your culture's at. Is there a high level of trust? Are you ready for something like vent or frustration? You might not be ready for it. And so we can start at a smaller level, a smaller scale, and then scale it up, and the software can grow with your company. So the level of innovation can grow, the level of honesty and transparency can grow as well with the organization. But to the same note, the software is not for everybody. It definitely, it depends on the leadership. Leadership has to be willing to invest in their people, has to be willing to invest in innovation. And if those two questions are yeses, the answers to those two questions are yeses, then that's the software that is standing in front of you today, the software companies in front of you today, are the solution to be able to drive those answers and responses. So I think it's the malleability of the software. And it's leadership wanting to be a driver of it. I actually had a conversation with the CEO when we talk about recognition. The CEO in Canada said, recognition, I send a salary, I send a paycheck to my employees. They don't need recognition. That's someone that's not a fit for Teamphoria or for CulturVate or the Innovate Engine. And so we've got a line of questions through that culture assessment that we ask to see where they fit, where we can align, how we can help them, and how we can progress, change, and drive innovation moving forward if they want it to happen. That's the big edge. What do you want to add?
So maybe just on the back of that, a chief operations officer asked his CEO, he said to him, what if we invest in our staff, time and money and all these things, and we invest in our staff and they leave? And the CEO turned around to the chief operations officer and he said, what if we don't invest in them and they stay? So I think someone going on the back of that, yes, it is hard. We all know it's hard to hear bad things or things that are not perfect about each other. But I would encourage managers to swallow that pride a little bit. You probably are going to hear some bad things at first, but over time, that culture of I can go to my manager, I can tell them that this is horrible. I can go in Teamphoria, I can tell them that I don't like this. I can go in the innovation engine and give a better idea, tell them how I think that they should work, and they're going to listen. Those are the companies that will be around. The companies that go on and listen to their staff, they're not going to be around. If we look at the big companies that were on the stock exchanges years ago, it was the oil companies that were just big, massive kind of conglomerates. Companies that are out there today, Amazon, Facebook, innovative companies that didn't come out of a corporate company. They all came out of a garage or a college startup. So companies need to innovate faster. And if you look at companies that are going to be on the stock exchange in 10 to 20 years' time, they probably haven't even been invented yet. So we live in a world where there's just change and it's happening like this. And so these two products, innovative products, are there to assist and to help grow.
I think it's about the mindset of the company, isn't it? That's really important. And I've done a lot with digital transformation in the past, particularly in London, and I think this is a really gentle way to approach people with the tool of innovating. It seems like a really nice, malleable, you manage it yourself way of doing it with a lot of support still. A lot of people can go in there and really, like Simon was saying, really go in there with a boom and shake it up in a really bad way, but this approach seems like a really lovely, gentle approach. Lots of support. Is there any other questions that we've got from the audience? You're going to put your hand in there, Sam. Guys, do you want to leave us with any remarks? Just tell us what you want to achieve from the next couple of days. And tell us.
Yeah, so I can go first. I mean, for me, just first time in the UK, by the way, just to meet as many people as possible, show as many demos as possible. I think that's the biggest thing. People always ask, what's the biggest hurdle for your business, for your company? It's education. So understanding that products like this do exist, can help your organization, and that they're not that expensive. They're not going to break the bank for you. So just coming by our booth over at the Vita Spark area, seeing a demo from myself or from Craig or from Harry and the team, that would be the biggest thing. Just coming by and saying hi to an American and trying to understand my accent.
And Craig, anything to say?
So what I want over the next few days, weeks, months, years, my goal from this would be that we've got our name out there, so people recognise CulturVate as a company, innovation engine, and Teamphoria as a company, and that people remember us, that they know who we are, they know what we do. That's my goal.
And it's another lovely example of some fantastic companies that are coming out in the UK that are growing and being supported. It's a great opportunity to showcase it. So thank you guys for sharing your journeys and talking about your projects.
Thank you, Sam. Thank you.